Hi, I hope everybody's having a great day. We're going to talk about creating pathways. Now, this is something I had a lot of fun with. And before I do any of these videos, I practice and I create it, I make things, and then I take them away and hope I can recreate them for you. So I did save something in inventory, but I wanted to show you how I was going to make a wooden pathway. What happened in this area, this is one of my favorite areas, but I do a lot of terraforming here. Like this is the editing terrain that I do, and I've made bumps and lumps, and I've had trees that were kind of floating in air. So I fixed that a little bit. I've raised things, I've flattened things, I've smoothed things. But as I go along, I'm just going to actually walk toward this area, or run apparently. I'm going to flip my screen around. There we go. You can see this area here behind me, how with the terraforming, I have to go the other way, I've created kind of a gap. And we saw this before. And what I want to do is I want to make some panels so I can step off of the platform onto my land. So I wanted to show you how I was going to do that. So all I did was I created a prim. I'll move this into the area so you can see it. So I'm creating a prim. And with that prim, I'm going to resize it. Actually, I think I'm going to keep this at 0.5, and I think I'm going to make this 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it. So I'm doing it by dragging on to this green handle. I'm going to click, hold, and drag, and you can see I've made a copy. And I'm going to put that together. And then actually I'm just going to keep copying this and putting them together. All right, so there's 3. So now I'm going to shift click on these 3. And I'm going to link them. So that's the start of my wooden base. Now in this case I want it to look more like wood. So I'm going to stop editing this. I'm going to go in the right direction here. So you can see it's just 3 prims together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this object and edit it again. And I'm going to change the texture. And I'm going to make the texture, should have kept that where it was. It's already a wood-shaped texture, but I think I'm going to make it a hardwood. Oh, I thought I linked all 3, but I may not have, so I'll just click on this, and I'll do the same for this one. All right, so I'm going to choose OK. I'm actually going to link all 3 of these. All right, so then what I might do is if I have all 3 of these all set with the texture that I want, I actually wanted to change the color. I wanted to change the color, I'm going to stop editing this for a moment, to more closely resemble the color of the palette here. I'll just edit this so you can see what I'm talking about. So to closely resemble this color. Now unfortunately this object is actually locked, and even though I'm the owner, I'm not quite sure how I can unlock it to look at the color. What I really wanted to do was look at the color, but it's locked, so I can't. So I had to guess. So what I did was I actually laid the palette on top of this area and just started to change the color. I didn't get exactly right, but I think I'm going to edit it and just kind of show you what I came up with. I did write down some settings. So essentially I started with a brown, and then I just kind of changed things like the red, green, blue, and the hue, saturation, and luminosity just to kind of make a design change. I'm guessing, I just had it laying on top of the thing. So what I came up with, it's not exactly perfect, but All right, and this was the closest that I was going to get to the color that that was. I'm going to choose OK. Now, once I've done that, I can copy it. I could have done it with one piece and then copied it and so on and so forth. And I ended up, I'm just going to stop editing this, I ended up creating several panels that I added together into a panel. Now that was probably as perfect as I could get. I didn't even mean to do that so well, but you can see that that's actually right about where I need it. So I think all I do now, let me just move this screen over so you can see what we're doing.